Today's Magic the Gathering show, I don't tell chat what the topic is. They got to figure it out. So you're gonna name cards. I'm gonna tell you how hot or cold you are to today's topic. But let me tell you, you gotta figure it out. It's a question mark. Whoever figures it out first wins. And you can also, of course, play at home. We're gonna start off today with Christopher B's Garbage Fire. This is a 3-mana instant. Reveal Garbage Fire as you draft it, and note how many cards you've drafted this round, including Garbage Fire. Garbage Fire deals damage to target creature equal to the highest number you noted for cards named Garbage Fire. And I have to say, this is ice cold. It's absolutely nothing to do with today's topic whatsoever. Next up, we're gonna look at Lightning Bolt. The 1-mana red, deal 3 damage to any target. Nope, has nothing to do with ice cold, super ice cold. How about Eneko Navarro? Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. You can't just say cards in general. You got to give me a card, like Bolt says. Golgari Decoy. Okay, this is a 4-mana 2/2 Elf Rogue. All creatures able to block Golgari Decoy do so. It also has Scavenge for 5 mana. I would say this is also it's cold. It's not ice cold. I would say it's pretty cold though. Jammin', starting off crazy with Nature's Blessing. Nature's Blessing is a 4-mana enchantment, and for 2 mana, discard a card, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, or that creature gains banding, first strike, or trample. That is a fascinatingly unique card. Nothing to do with the show. Nothing yet. Anyhow, Corbinek wants Birds of Paradise. The 1-mana bird that adds 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. I would say it is also ice cold. What do you mean ice cold? It's on fire. Well, I'm sorry. The cold for the show. Super cold. Dustin Newbie with Meddling Mage. Meddling Mage, 2-mana 2/2. Creature, human wizard. As Meddling Mage enters the battlefield, choose a non-land card name. Spells with the chosen name can't be cast. I'd say this is also pretty ice cold. Raktus is like, what's the topic? You got to figure it out. You're going to name cards, and I'm going to tell you how close or how far you are from the topic, and then you have to guess it. Anna with Shahrazad. I am not. I am Shahrazad. I'm not reading all that. It's just too much to read. I'll just say there's nothing to do with the show whatsoever. Jam in with Reinforcement. Is it really Reinforcement? There isn't any more? Or is it Reinforcements? I think it's Reinforcements. Is an instant. Put up to 3 target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library. You know what? I'm gonna put that as cool, not ice cold. It's not really the topic, but it's sort of. So I can weirdly give it a cool. Questing Beast. From Steve Cooper. 4 mana for a 4/4 Vigilant, Death Touch, Haste. Questing Beast can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented. Whenever Questing Beast deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to target planeswalker that player controls. Very, very ice cold. Let's get... Who hasn't got a card yet? Mercenary with Falling Star. 3-mana sorcery. Flip Star on the playing area from a height of at least 1 foot. Star must turn at least 360 degrees, or it has no effect. When Falling Star lands, Falling Star deals 3 damage to each creature that it touches. Any creatures damaged by Falling Star that are not destroyed become tapped. I would say no, this is also pretty cold. Pretty cold here. Matthew Green looking for some warmth with Mana Drain. Wow. Who's going to give you warmth from this card? 2-mana instant, counter a spell, then you get that much mana in colorless at your next... is it any main phase? The beginning of your next main phase. Yeah, okay, the beginning of the next main phase. Also ice cold. Has nothing. The topic is fleshes have been reached. No, good guess though. Good guess. Rhesus with Atraxa. The Grand Unifier. What is it? 7 mana? 7, flying, vigilance, death touch, lifelink. Enters the battlefield to reveal 10 cards. For each card type, you can put a card from the revealed cards into your hand. Nope, sorry, ice cold. Rakdos with Time Vault. 2 mana artifact. Comes to play tapped. It does not untap during your untap step. Now, if you would begin your turn while Time Vault is tapped, you can skip that turn instead. If you do, untap your Time Vault. Take an extra turn after this one. Nope, this also has nothing to do with the show whatsoever. Corbinick says, what kind of person gets warm and fuzzy via mana drain? Well, honestly, me. I get warm and fuzzy over mana drain. But I never feel like I ever get a good mana drain. Or whenever I get a good mana drain, like I have nothing to spend the mana on. It's just my luck. Bryce with Hull Breacher. 3 mana, 3/2 flasher. If an opponent would draw a card, except the first one, they would draw in each of their draw steps. Instead, you create a treasure token. Also super ice cold. We haven't found one card that is even remotely close to what this show is all about. Bull is like, at this point, I don't know if it's even a creature. You know what? That statement alone, I would say, is pretty neutral. It's pretty neutral. Okay, let's get another Christopher B. Runes of the Deuce. What is this? 5 mana enchant creature. As long as enchant creature is red, it gets +1/+1 and has double strike. And as long as the creature is green, it gets +1/+1 and trample. Also ice cold. Steve wants Liliana Vess. Okay, it's a 5 mana, 5 loyalty planeswalker. +1, discard a card. -2, suit your library for a card put on top. -8, put all creature cards from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. I would say this is like, it's not ice cold, but it's cold. It's cold. It's like it's slightly closer than all the other cards, but I definitely don't want to say that it's the card. What the hell is this? Reverse Engineer? From Dustin Newbie. 5 mana sorcery. Improvise. Draw 3 cards. No, also ice cold. Corbinick with the Thought Pick. Oh, Thought Picker. I thought that's I thought you were just making a joke with the manager. I didn't know that's actually what you wanted to do. We have a black 1/1, and for 1 mana, sack a creature. Look at the top 2 cards of target opponent's library, then remove 1 of them from the game. Also ice cold. An Echo with a Make-A-Wish. Is this from on behalf of the Make-A-Wish Foundation? 4 mana. Sorcery, return 2 cards at random from your graveyard to your hand. Nah, that's ice cold too. Anna with Invasion of Dominaria. Invasion of Dominaria. It is a 3 mana siege. When Invasion of Dominaria enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life and you get to draw a card. But that's not all, because when you destroy this thing, and by destroy I mean you attack it, turns into Sarah Faith Keeper, a 4/4 flying vigilance angel. And this is super hot. This is exactly what the show is about. This card. This is super, super hot. Rakdos says, can I buy a clue? No. you guys guess. Look, you already got your clue. Probably have to use that somewhere else. Okay, I can't give like a clue because it will just... Okay. How can I put it? Maybe the only clue I can give is... Okay, if you want to pay for clues, I'm financially incentivized to give you clues. The card type is not creature. All right? So you got a lot of people are mentioning creatures. There's no creature. You can't. So if you name a creature, it's not it. All right? Underrated cards that transform. This is underrated. Here's the battlefield. You gain 4 life and draw a card. Maybe that's not too bad. It's not the best card in the world, though. The worst. We have one person saying the underrated cards that transform, and just underneath the worst flip MTG cards. No, that's for sure. Okay, so I'll give you a little hint. It's not a creature card. Rakdos, and I should also give you Super chat sound effect for that. Planar Collapse. It's an enchantment for 2 mana. During your upkeep, if there are 4 or more creatures in play, sacrifice Planar Collapse and destroy all creatures. Those creatures cannot be regenerated this turn. Nope. Definitely not. Sorry, still ice cold. The worst battles. I don't even know what would be the worst battle. They're so bad. Some of them are like okay, I guess, but they're mostly just terrible. Okay, let's look at Spectral Maniac's Elbrus. The Binding Blade. This is a 7-mana legendary equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+0. Then, when equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, unattach Elbrus and then transform it. Also into the Withengar Unbound, a 13/13 demon flying intimidate trample. Whenever a player loses the game, put 13 +1/+1 counters on Withengar Unbound. This is also hot. This is hot. This is exactly what the show is all about. Oh yeah, exactly, Matthew Green. All the battles are the worst. Invasion. Christopher B, who knows every single Magic card in existence, says Invasion of Kamigawa stinks. So I'm assuming that is the worst of the worst. Armadillo Cloak from Magnum Opus. Armadillo Cloak is Armadillo. I thought it was Armadillo. Haha. My spelling is terrible. I can't believe I caught that. 3 mana for an aura enchant creature, gets +2/+2, and has trample. When it deals damage, you gain that much life. This is ice cold. Steve Gilbert, the worst MTG transform cards. Nope, that's not it. Non-creature cards that transform into creatures. Nope. MTG non-creatures that transform into creatures. Nope. MTG creatures in disguise. It's a cute title. I like that. Non-creature cards that transform into creature cards when transforming. Nope. We have a lot of people with the same thing. Non-creatures that transform into creatures. Nope. A Blackbird says, The Long Reach of Night. I can't tell if that is a scary name or a very romantic name. 4 mana for a saga. Chapter 1, each opponent sacks a creature unless they discard a card. Same thing with Chapter 2. In Chapter 3, we exile it and return to the battlefield. It's gonna come into play as an Animus. The 0/4 Spirit Menace. Whenever Animus of Night's Reach attacks, it gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the number of creature cards in defending player's graveyard. It's also hot. This is hot. So to some degree, you sort of got it, but you don't. We have Morm with Hidden Gibbons. Hidden Gibbons is a green enchantment. When one of your opponents successfully casts an instant or source or interrupt spell, if Hidden Gibbons is an enchantment, Hidden Gibbons becomes a 4/4 creature that counts as an ape. That's also hot. This is almost equally hot as everything else. Soul of Sam Hain with the super chat. Fable the Mirror Breaker. I can tell you without even reading this card, it's also hot. Fable the Mirror Breaker puts a 2/2 Goblin Shaman token into play. Where it attacks, you get a treasure. Chapter 2, you may rummage 2 cards. Chapter 3, transform into an artificial Kikijiki for 1 mana. Most jank transform MTG cards. Well, then how do you explain the Hidden Gibbons? How do you explain that card? Violent Beetle says, really weird token assignment conditions. Weirdest ways to create creatures? No. Boom! Tresaro, MTG creatures that aren't actually creatures. Tresaro got it. Everyone was on the transform thing. Everyone's kept saying, non-creatures that transform into creatures. No, you couldn't use that word because it wasn't specifically about transforming creatures, because it could include cards like Hidden Gibbons or Treetop Village or, something like, creature lands. I would even count instants and sorceries that made tokens, but no one mentioned anything like that. All right. The show's not over, people. I got many more, to go through. All right, so we're on our second topic. Can anyone guess? Didn't Tresaro win like last time? Tresaro is like super high up on the leaderboard. Maybe my greatest fan. Yeah, the green enchantment was the deciding factor. I agree. I completely agree. Let's get Mappius. Azusa's Many Journeys. I like that. Okay, if you bribe me, super chats can get clues. The first clue is like maybe what card type is disqualified. What is this? Okay, Azusa's Many Journeys. 2 mana for a saga. Chapter 1, you may play an additional land. Chapter 2, you gain 3 life. It's basically Azusa. Chapter 3, we exile it and transform it into Likeness of the Seeker, a 3/3 enchantment. Whenever Likeness of the Seeker becomes blocked, untap up to 3 lands you control. No, this is... You know what? I'm gonna say this is ice cold, but it's cold. It's pretty cold. Nightingale Seraph with Hidden Jackals. Hidden... Is it Hidden Jack? Sorry, this is not the card. Sorry about that. Okay, I'll move on to Matthew Green with Chimil for second topic. Chimil is a 6-mana legendary artifact. You know what? This last card, I should make it more neutral. But I'm not going to give it any more than that. I'll make it more neutral. You'd find out once the topic has been found. Chimil the Inner Sun is a 6-mana legendary artifact. Spells you control can't be countered, and at the beginning of your next end step, discover 5. No, this is ice cold. Tresaro with Renoa Heartily. How many Renoas are there? Not many. So 5 mana, 4/4. Enters, create Angelo, a legendary 1/1 green and white dog creature token. And Angelo Cannon. Whenever Renoa Heartily attacks, another target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature you control. Oh! I'll put this at neutral. This is a very neutral card. Very, 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 very neutral. So we're not there yet, but you know, this is it's not bad. It's getting there. Hidden Gibbon, Lurking Jackal. Oh, is that what it is? Hidden Gibbon. Oh, is it? Hold on. No, we saw Hidden Gibbon. Lurking Jack. Is it Lurking Jackal? Oh, is it Lurking? Maybe it's Lurking Jackal. Black enchantment. Whenever one of your opponents has 10 life or less, if Lurking Jackal is an enchantment, it becomes a 3/2 hound creature. If this was for the last show, it definitely counted. But this show, it is super ice cold. Super ice cold. We got Rakdos with Illusionary Mask. No, that was a comment on another suggestion I was trying to be fun. Oh, okay. Illusionary Mask is a 2 mana. Oh god, do I have to read this? It has nothing to do with the show. I hate reading this card. I hate reading. I can't remember. Is it Ice Cauldron? I should make a list of the cards I hate reading so many times, because these are cards. Not only is it like a giant block of text, I never remember what it does. So I sort of have to read it. I'd love to give you the long story short. I don't know what this card does, and I don't care, frankly. Okay, Spectral Maniac with Kari Zev. Skyship Raider? Yeah, the Skyship Raider. 2 mana 1/3, first strike menace. Whenever Kari Zev, Skyship Raider attacks, create Ragavan, a legendary 2/1 red monkey creature token. Enters the battlefield tapped and attacking. Exile that token at the end of combat. I would say this is getting warm. We're getting a little bit warmer. I would put this on the warm side. We're not hot though. Steve Cooper says Bone Crusher Giant. I should have a show like that. You guys guess cards that you think I hate. Or cards that I like. Or maybe that could be the topic for one of these shows. Cards Nikachu hates. Bone Crusher Giant, 3 mana, 4/3. It's got the Stomp effect to deal 2 damage to any target, and damage can't be prevented. Otherwise, it's a 4/3 giant, and when it becomes the target of a spell or ability, deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. This is ice cold. It's nothing to do with the show. Maybe we'll go back to the Kari Zev. This is like, it's like in the neutral to warm range. I'm not gonna say it's hot. It's not even close to hot, but it's, you know, it's in the vicinity. You know, the vicinity. Adaptus with Lictor. Lictor my balls. Man, who would name their kid Lictor in like 2025? Is such a blunder. Super huge noob mistake. They'll be made fun of for eternity. 4 mana, 3/3 Tyrannid Flash. It's got Pheromone Trail. That sounds terrible. When it enters, if a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control this turn, create a 3/3 green Tyrannid Warrior creature token. It has nothing to do with the show. Ice Cold. How are you going to host a show about cards and not like cards? Well, there's certain cards I hate in this game. Ensnaring Bridge, I hate that card. Don't like it, never did. Crocor Games, Overlord of the Mistmoors. Seven mana, 6/6 Avatar Horror, impending of 4 mana. Impending 4, by the way. Whenever Overlord of the Mistmoors enters or attacks, create two 2/1 white insect creature tokens with flying. Ice Cold. You guys are you're a little distracted by the token making here of Kari Zev. A little distracted here. Raruni Rockman with Smothering Tithe. 4 mana enchantment. If player draws a card, that player may pay 2. If they don't, you create a treasure token, also Ice Cold. Anna with Hair Parents. Does Anna stand for something? Like it's like an acronym of some sort. This is a 2 mana, 2/2 Rabbit Noble. When the creature enters, create a number of 1/1 rabbit creature tokens equal to the number of other creatures you control named Hair Parent. And a deck can have any number of these guys. Nope. Very, very ice cold. Let's get back to Kari Zev. I don't know, maybe Kari Zev is throwing everyone for a loop here. Tresaru with Will the Wise. This is a 2 mana 1/2. When Will the Wise enters or leaves the battlefield, each opponent may investigate. Each opponent who doesn't loses 1 life. You investigate X times, where X is 1 plus the number of opponents who investigated this way. Friends forever. I would say this is on the neutral side. It's on the neutral side. Maybe. You know what? I would even say this is warm. It's a warm to neutral. So it's actually, yeah, I'll say this is warm. I'm not going to say it's hot, but it's sort of warm. Spectral Maniac with Toothy. Imaginary Friend. Toothy is a 4 mana 1/1 illusion. Partner with Peer. Whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on your Toothy. When Toothy leaves the battlefield, draw a card for each +1/+1 counter on it. Nope. This is super ice cold. It's just my name. I like to read it like that. Usually I just go with Anna. Anna sounds great. Nothing wrong with Anna. Okay, Mega Banani wants Captain Storm. Captain reminds me of like Captain Planet or something. Captain Storm. It sounds so superhero-like an X-Men name, but it isn't. So 2 mana for a 2/2 human pirate. Whenever legendary human pirate, whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target pirate you control. I would say this is sort of hot. I would say it's sort of hot, in my opinion. Okay, what do we have Real Keaton with Prosper Tomebound. Will the X-Men have a character literally called Storm? Yeah, I know. What was this card? Oh, Tomebound. Prosper is a 4 mana 1/4 Tiefling Warlock. Death Touch Mystic Arcanum. At the beginning of your end step, exile the top card of your library. Until end of your next turn, you can play that card. And it's got Packed... Oh, I thought it was Packed Boom. It's Packed Boon. Whenever you play a card from exile, create a treasure token. Sorry, it's ice cold. It's ice cold. Okay, so like the closest we've got so far. I think this is pretty hot. This is... No, that is not. This is pretty hot. Tresara hasn't guessed it yet, so we're doing pretty good. Nico, Light of Hope from Croker Games. Nico is a 4-mana 3/4 human wizard. When enters, create 2 shard tokens for 2 mana tap. Exile target non-legendary creature you control. Shards you control become copies of it until the beginning of your next end step. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. This is super hot! This is super hot! MTG creatures that create tokens. No. That is not it. Spectral Maniac. Who hasn't got a card for this second one? You can always say no card yet for the... It resets every new topic. Breaches, Eager Pillager. 3-mana Goblin Pirate, 3/3 first strike. Whenever a pirate you control attacks, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Create a creature token. Target creature can't block this turn. Exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. Nope, this is ice cold. Super ice cold. What do we got here? Most unique tokens in MTG? Nope. That is a wild guess, though. Legendary token maker? Nope. Hold on, let's get back to Nico. Nico is like super, super hot. I think you guys are like on the wrong track, but whatever, you'll figure it out. Weirdest MTG creatures that deal with artifacts? No. Christopher B doesn't have a card. You want Kukemsa Pirates specifically. Ooh, that's an old card. Okay, it is a 4-mana human pirate. Whenever this creature attacks and isn't blocked, you may gain control of target artifact defending player controls. If you do, this creature assigns no combat damage this turn. You know what? I would say this is hot. This is pretty hot too. So this is hot. This and Nico is pretty hot. We're like super on the right page. Steve Cooper says, best MTG human cards. That is not it. Great MTG humans. Magnum wants Stang. Also known as, oh, what was the guy with the gauntlet? Thanos. I think this guy looks like Thanos. 6 mana, 3/4. I should have like topic. MTG creatures that look like Marvel superheroes, but aren't actually them. So 6 mana for a 3/4 human warrior. When Stang enters, create a legendary 3/4 red and green human warrior creature token named Stang Twin. Exile that token when Stang leaves the battlefield. Sacrifice Stang when the token leaves the battlefield. I would say this is also hot. Which refutes Anna's suggestion. MTG creatures that steal your opponent's creatures. Can anybody get it? Can anyone get it? Are we gonna take a commercial break? MTG creatures that would be purple mana if existed. That's interesting. I never have thought of that. That's a great idea. There should be like maybe a separate show. MTG cards that are purple mana. Like they never really had a color pie for them. Cards that make tokens? No. Cards that make tokens on ETB? Nope. MTG creatures that need help? I like that. But no. MTG creatures that enter with their friends? Okay, looks like we're going to take a little break, but we're going to find out. If you want to get any of your Magic the Gathering cards, you got to get them from FusionGamingOnline.com. My favorite local game store to buy my booster packs, especially the collector booster packs, and my singles for all my Magic the Gathering decks, whether it be for Commander or Modern or Pioneer sometimes. Deal of the week this week, 20% off all playmats. But don't worry, there is a deal every single day when you use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online on Magic Online. the digital platform for playing Pioneer, Standard, Modern, Legacy, Vintage, Commander, Dual Commander, Pre-Modern, Pauper. Anything you could possibly play in paper can be played on Magic Online, and you can play all the formats when you're renting with Mana Traders. It's cheaper that way. Saves you yourself from the ban list. You can play more decks, and it gets you that competitive edge. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu_58V for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. All right, let's get back to our show. You goofs? You goofs? I would say Stang is on the topic of the show. That's for sure. But I think you somehow went astray. We need more creature cards. MTG human hotties. Stang's I mean, I guess to the right person, yeah. Stang is a very manly looking person. Very, very, very masculine. If you need that old-fashioned sort of even lumberjack look, Stang is there for you. Okay, we got Corbinik with Dark Depths. I'm gonna save my breath. This has nothing to do with the show at all. Let's get back actually to Kukemsa, and Nico. Nico, super, super, super hot. These are all hot though, to be honest. The pirate threw me. I thought it was legendary related. Nope. I know, I can see everyone going down this path, but it's the wrong path. Some of these cards, they have a lot to do with each other, but at the same time, not. MTG cards that bring tokens to the yard? No. That's a cool that sounds so cool, though. Old friend with Warren Warleader. Oh, we got a bunny. It's a 4-mana Rabbit Knight. 4/4 offspring of 2. Whenever you attack, choose one. Create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token that's tapped and attacking creatures you control get +1/+1. Nope, that's definitely not. Sorry. Sorry. Ice Cold. Is it anything token related? If no, well, you're gonna have to figure it out. Or you can donate. If you donate, I'll tell you if it's token related or not. And it says MTG creatures that exile. Nope. Does Nico exile? Does Kukemsa pirates exile? I don't think so. I don't even think this guy exiles. What is warm? This is hot. I would say Nico is burning hot. Kukemsa is pretty hot. And our Stang is pretty hot too. These are all related. Creatures that don't have to attack themselves. Nope. That's a great idea. What? I like that. That is such a good idea. I'm putting that in my Google Calendar. MTG creatures that don't attack themselves. That is such a sick name for a show. That is so good. I probably did a show like that, but like it was worded a little bit differently, like MTG creatures that don't actually attack or something like that. MTG creatures that exile. No, okay. Let's look at Mega Banani with Writhing Chrysalis. We got 4-mana 2/3 Eldrazi Drone. Devoid. When you cast the spell, you get 2/0/1 colorless spawns. Reach. Whenever you sacrifice another Eldrazi, put a +1/+1 counter on your Writhing Chrysalis. Nope, this is ice cold. Nico is really throwing me for a loop. It better. It's throwing Tresaru for a loop. Empty cards Nikachu is gaslighting us to believe they're related. They are related. These are related. You'll find when you find out when you figure the show out, you'll find out. Kukesame, yeah, Kukemsa pirates and Stang. MTG creatures with uniquely weird effects. I guess this show is indirectly the Suggest Topics show. Oh yeah, that's for sure. I'm gonna farm ideas out of you all. Creatures can attack themselves? No, I don't think they can attack each other. MTG cards that shop at Hot Topic? That's funny. Not related though. Copies that aren't copies? Nope. The number 4. Is that a card? I'll look it up. Sometimes nope, it's not. Old friend with clone. The OG shapeshifter. 4 mana 0/0 shapeshifter. You may have clone enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. Nope, this has nothing to do with it. Let's go Hexenart with Noctis. Noctis, Heir Apparent? Isn't there another Heir Apparent? Oh, it's H-A-R-E. Oh, it was like a joke name. Okay, we have a 3 mana 2/3 human noble. Whenever a creature you control enters during combat, you may attach target equipment you control to target creature you control. It's got Warp Strike for 3 mana. Exile Noctis, return to the battlefield under its owner's control, tapped and attacking at the beginning of that player's next declare attacker step. It can't be blocked that combat. I would say this is neutral. Very neutral card. Not hot, but neutral. I was saying they have the number 4 in text somewhere. The heir is a prince. The hair equals bunnies. I know. Well, I know. Oh yeah, I see. Oh yeah. Oh, I pronounced it wrong. It's heir, not hair. You know, for some reason I'm reading here heir. I'm reading here. And the problem is I read the heir apparent first. It was too fresh in my brain. Tresari wants Titus. Blitzball Star. This is a 3 mana 2/1 human warrior. Whenever an artifact you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on Titus. Whenever Titus attacks, tap target creature and opponent control. I would say this is hot. I would say it's pretty hot. MTG cards with jobs. Not quite. Underpowered creature that has to attack to gain value. You know, you're sort of getting in the right direction, Etnic. You're sort of getting in the right direction. MTG creatures with ETBs? No. MTG creatures that love artifacts? No. What does that have to do with, what's it called? Stang. And Kukemsa Pirates. Does it steal artifacts? Well, actually, it does steal artifacts. So some of these cards have to do with artifacts. MTG cards that get better the more junk you have. Not quite. Creatures that gain value for basically free. You know what's funny is one of you actually... So one of you sort of said the topic, but you said it wrong. I'm not going to say how it was wrong, but it was like staring me right in the face, and it never got close to that thing again. Creatures that attack to trigger? Nope. A lot of these cards did not attack to trigger. Creatures that deal with your opponent's board? Nope, that is very, very ambiguous. Okay, do you need clues? We got Tasso! Nikachu, how about Castrol the Windcrester? Underrated, but I love it. Let's go look at Castrol. And I'll give a clue here. Castrol the Windcrested. Okay, this is a 5 mana 4/5 bird scout flying. Whenever one or more birds you control deal combat damage to a player, choose one. You may put a bird creature card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Put a +1/+1 counter on each bird you control or draw a card. I love birds. I think birds are super cool. Unfortunately, this is ice cold. It has nothing to do with the show. Okay, my first clue is that the card is a human. All the cards are humans. So that is going to be in the name of the show. It's my first clue. Will you tell us who is close? Okay, this was a huge super chat, so I'll give a I think it was in R. What the hell currency is this? What currency is R? I'm gonna look up 20 R dollars in USD. Was that rubles? Oh no, it's Brazilian real. I didn't even know that was a currency. Okay, so that was a normal super chat. So you will not get a second. You will not get a second hint. Steve Cooper realized it was him. The worst MTG humans. Steve Cooper earlier said best MTG humans. I was like, none of these cards are good. I was like, you think Nico is one of the best MTG humans? Let's get back to like best. And I'm like, the brain, the gears are going in my brain in a weird direction. It's funny. Steve Cooper felt like, I don't know, maybe everyone thought that they were spoken to. Everyone thought that they were the person. Best human for under $1. I mean, that could be a separate topic. Yeah, these are all cheap cards, but they're cheap because they're bad. Nico is not bad though. It's gonna be bad to me. This is clunky as hell. Okay, maybe if everyone want to debate bad human creatures, you're not going to debate me on this one. This is a 4-mana 2/2 clunker, and Stang is like ridiculously clunky. And then we got to Titus is also just like it's a lot of work for what it does. Very, very, very a lot of work. Oh, that naturally didn't occur to me, as humans are fundamentally the worst. That's all of them. Well, there's also a lot of good humans out there. All right, so we have more to go through though. Okay, so yeah, there was the worst human Magic cards. Some people will debate me on that one. Okay, next. Can anyone guess the next one? We gotta start fresh. We need new cards. Judge, pirates are not humans. No, a lot of them are errated to all be humans. Some pirates are not. Indiana Jones with Inheritance. Okay, Inheritance is a white enchantment. Whenever a creature is put into a graveyard from play, you may pay 3 mana. If you do, draw a card. Ice cold. Now we got Exchange of Words. Oh yeah, the pirate was maybe the pirate threw people away. It was errated to be a human. Here, hold on, I'll show the pirate. Here, hold on, just to prove it is a human pirate. The problem is, because it's old, it's an old card. May not have known. I guess that's a weird one, because how many people know about the Kukemsa pirates, you know what I mean? So it got a little weird there. Who did I click on? Exchange of Words by Croker Games. Exchange of Words. This is a 3-mana enchantment. When Exchange of Words enters the battlefield, choose 2 target creatures. For as long as Exchange of Words remains on the battlefield, exchange the text boxes of those creatures. I would say this is warm. It's not hot though, but it's you know what? I never thought that there might be a warm card for this show, but this would definitely be it. We have Mega Banani with Vexing Bauble. Okay, we have a 1-mana artifact. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. And for 1 mana, tap, sacrifice Vexing Bauble, draw a card. Oh, very ice cold. Super ice cold. Matthew, Deadpool the trading card. Sorry, Deadpool trading card. If I put the trading card, Scruffle will get angry at me. 4 mana for a 5/3 mutant mercenary hero. As Deadpool enters, you may exchange his text box and another creature's. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 3 life. And for 3 mana, sack this creature. Each other player draws a card. Actually, ice cold. Super ice cold. Has nothing to do with it. MTG cards that steal ability. Steve Cooper just trying to front run Tresaru over there. No, not quite. And with Mind Bend. Mind Bend is a blue instant. Change the text box of target permanent by replacing all instances of one color word with another, or one basic land type with another. Nope, that's ice cold. This card is ice cold. I'm gonna get back to the exchange of words, just to let this be fresh in people's mind. We did Deadpool, Spectral Maniac with the Dark Imposter. I gotta pull up my imposter sound effect. 3 mana for a 2/2 Vampire Assassin, and 6 mana, exile target creature and put a +1/+1 counter on Dark Imposter. Dark Imposter has all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with it. Secret's not even guessing creatures. MTG cards that change card text. No. Christopher B with New Blood. New show, New Blood. This is a 4-mana sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, tap and untap Vampire. Gain control of target creature. Change the text of that creature by replacing all instances of one creature type with a vampire. Nope. I didn't even know this card exists. But it makes some sense. You can, gain control of creatures and become vampires. No, I guess there's quite a few cards like that. Felicia with Biode, Inverse Sun. What is going on here? This is a 4-mana 4 loyalty Biode +2 mill 3 cards and return any number of cards from different universes milled this way from your graveyard to your hand. We mean different universes. -X, choose a universe you haven't chosen this way this game. You may cast a spell from that universe with mana value X or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. What weird custom card is this? I don't even feel like I'm reading the same game right now. This thing can be your commander. Your deck can include universes beyond cards of any color identity. Oh, I see. Okay, I would say this is warm. It's not hot. But I would say this is in like the warm. I'm gonna give it some warmth here. Is this a show about MTG creatures? You gotta pay in super chats to get clues. You can get clues through super chats. Mapius with Hypnotic Siren. Hypnotic Siren, blue 1/1 with bestow of 7 mana. Flying, you control enchanted creature, and enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and flying. This is super ice cold. Is it a show about MTG creatures? It's Tepid. What's Tepid? Tepid is not a card. Cards from space. It's not Shahrazad. I'm not even gonna look it up. Weirdest cards that feel illegal. Not quite. Indiana Jones with Old Man of the Sea. Very old card. Popular cube card. 3-mana 2/3 Djinn. Oh, this is a Djinn. I just thought it was a human. You may choose not to untap Old Man of the Sea during your untap step. Gain control of target creature with power less than or equal to Old Man of the Sea's power as long as Old Man of the Sea remains tapped and that creature's power remains less than or equal to Old Man of the Sea's power. Nope. It's super ice cold. Oh, tap it is lukewarm. I got it. So the problem is I don't know. I can't never tell the context people are using in chat. It's just so this random word. I'm like, oh, is that a card I have to look up? Anna, MTG silver border cards that could be legal. What the hell? What the hell? There wasn't even a silver border card. We didn't look up one silver border card. Anyway, this is very close. This is close enough. We didn't show one silver border card. The exchange is a black border. That's why I said it was warm but not hot, because it was in that sort of unstable, unset, territory, but it was legal enough to be a legal card. Yeah, like we looked at a legal unset and an illegal card. Oh, you just mashed them the two together. We didn't even have an acorn card. It wasn't even technically acorn. It was a real card. All right, Anna gets that one. Congratulations. I think that's the first time someone had that was the closest to a wild guess. But I mean, Anna had their reasons. Okay, we still have more cards to look at. This is a fun one. I like this one. Unset cards usually get disqualified, so why would we try? You know what's funny? Every show always mentions a silver border card, but I'm like, snap disqualified. Snap disqualified. Never has anything to do with the show. And then finally, I give a show for silver border cards, and I give a suggestion for silver border cards, and no one guesses a silver border card. Like, you people always throw this crap at me. I'm like, this has nothing to do with it. Usually. But in that case, it was like sort of in the warm territory. Okay, let's go look. What is this? Ball lightning? Some of the usuals. The 3-mana 6/1 elemental with trample, haste. At the beginning of the end step, sack the creature. Nope, ice cold. Super ice cold. Marcus, Clockwork Avian. 5-mana bird, 0/4 flying. Clockwork Avian enters the battlefield with 4+1/+0 counters on it. At end of combat, if Clockwork Avian attacked or blocked this combat, remove a +1/+0 counter from it. For X, tap put up to X +1/+0 counters on Clockwork Avian. The ability can't cause the total number of +1/+0 counters on Clockwork Avian to be greater than 4. Nope. Ice cold. Etnic, Cinematic Phoenix. Really? Is music going to play in the background when it shows up? So cinematic, apparently. And dramatic. This is Cinematic Phoenix. This is a 5-mana 4/4 Phoenix. Flying haste, protection from red. And for 1 mana, tap. Return target legendary creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Tap 6 untapped creatures you control. Return the Cinematic Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield. If you tap 6 legendary creatures this way, you win the game. Ice! Sorry, not ice. It's super hot. Blazingly hot. Super hot card. The Cinematic Phoenix. Beautiful looking card, too. You know, it has nothing to do with the art, but like I should have a show where it was very art related. That should be interesting. And then I'd have to read every single card, but then judge it based on the art. We got something or other with alternate win conditions. Nope, that's not the it's not the show. You want Blightning now? Oh, were you trying to go for Blightning in the first place? I thought the B lightning was Ball Lightning. 3-mana sorcery, deals 3 damage to target player. That player discards 2 cards. No, this is ice cold. Super ice cold. So this is a hot card. Very hot. Nothing to do with the art? Oh my god, hints for free. I know. Anna, MTG creatures that come back from the dead. No. Don't push your luck, Anna. Guessing so early. Probably living that high off of the last guess. Gotta let that high simmer for a while. Benjamin Berkey with Teferi's Realm. 3-mana enchant world. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player chooses artifacts, creatures, lands, or global enchantments. All cards of that type phase out. This is ice cold. MTG creatures that like legends? No. Let's go to Halo Fountain. It's a 3-mana artifact. Pay a white, tap. Untap a tapped creature you control. Create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. Double white, tap. Untap 2 tapped creatures you control. Draw a card. And for 5 white, tap. Untap 15 tapped creatures you control to win the game. No, this has nothing to do with it. This is super ice cold. Procore game. Secret of blood bending. It's easy to bend blood. First, you got to freeze it. Then you got to make it a little elasticy. Add some rubber to it or something. Okay, or plastic. Okay, for blue. They don't make cards like that anymore. Sorcery lesson. As additional cost to cast this spell, you may water bend 10. You control target opponent during their next combat phase. If this spell's additional cost was paid, you control that player during their next turn instead. Exile secret bloodbending. Super ice cold. Very ice cold. Something or other. Order of Leetbur. 2 mana, 2/1 human cleric knight, protection from black, and for double white, Order of Leetbur gets +1/+0 until end of turn, and for a white, Order of Leetbur gains first strike until end of turn. No, this is very ice cold. Sorry about that. Nothing to do with the topic. Dressaru, the Surima. 3 mana 5/5 spacecraft. ETB, search your library for a legendary creature card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. It's also got station. Charge up to 7 as flying. Other tapped legendary creatures you control have indestructible. This is very ice cold. It has nothing to do with the show. Mapius. Persistent petitioners. I got to go back to that last card. So 2 mana, 1/3 human advisor, ice cold. Hold on, let's get back. Okay, this was hot. All right, this was our one and only card. Not only is it hot, but it's the only card that we looked at that has anything to do with this show. Yeah, here's the hot card again. Analyze it really hard. Even harder than hard. Oh, it has a backside. I didn't even know it has a backside. Here we go. It's a Heroes of the Realm card. If that matters. MTG creatures with lots of abilities. I've never had a show like that. Steve Cooper with Zatalpa? Primal Dawn? 8 mana, 4/8 Elder Dinosaur, Flying, Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample, and Indestructible. No, sorry, this is Ice Cold too. Who is someone I accidentally clicked on, but clicked off? Oh, you also wanted the same thing, Voltlin. Steve with Hellkite Overlord. Cards that require you to tap them from an effect. No. We have, what's it called? 8 mana for an 8/8 dragon. Flying, Trample, Haste. Hellkite Overlord gets +1/+0 until end of turn. And for 2 mana, regenerate Hellkite Overlord. Nope, this is super, super ice cold. Best secret lair creatures in MTG? I don't think this was a secret lair card. Was this a secret lair card? It's not a secret lair card. So, no! No! Worst MTG win conditions? Nope. MTG judge cards? Nope. Was this a judge card? I don't know what they were giving judges at that time. Another guess. MTG cards with you win the game abilities. Nope. Okay, we got less than decides, okay, we need more information. Pompous. Gadabout. Very pompous of them. I mainline this show. It's in my veins. Pompous Gadabout is a 3 mana 4/2 human citizen. Has hexproof as long as it's your turn. Can't be blocked by creatures that don't have a name. I have no idea how you got in that direction, but no. This is ice cold. And it wants Progenitus. A classic. Does anyone even play with this card anymore? It's like what you give a newbie when they get into the game these days. 10 mana for a 10/10. Pro everything. If Progenitus would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Progenitus and shuffle it into its owner's library instead. Very ice cold still. Super, super ice cold. Worst Rakdos cards? No. What does it even creature that don't have a name? Tokens? Yeah, tokens technically don't have a name, I think. You could, like, you can't name, yeah, you can't name, like, human token. It's just a human. Is there any cards I missed here? Mega Banani wants Arclight Phoenix. Oh, we are not done. We have a lot of stuff to go through today. Let's get some more music going for us. A little short. Ooh, this one. No. I want this one. I want some nice high-pitched, fast music for this fast-paced, exciting show. Okay, Arclight Phoenix. I was a little bit slow on the draw today. Really slow. 4 mana 3/2 Phoenix, Flying Haste at the beginning of combat on your turn. If you cast 3 or more instant and sorcery spells this turn, return Arclight Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield. Ice cold. Dan Wright with Slick Shot Show Off. Its name is Human Token? Is that right? It doesn't sound right. There are cards that make tokens with names, usually legendary tokens. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so the 2 mana 1/2 Flying Haster. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, your show off gets +2/+0 until end of turn. It also has plot, but it could not. This might be a super hot card in its multiverse, but on this show, it's ice cold. just a reminder that this the closest we got was the cinematic Phoenix. I mean, it's hot in the card, and it's actually hot. This is exactly what the show is all about. MTG creatures that can bring themselves back from the dead. Nope. No, nothing. We've got nothing. It's like this one card, and everything is all stone cold nothing. Has nothing to do with anything. Procore Games with Karis and the Beholder. Okay, we've got what is so many words on this? So it's 5 mana 120? What the hell? Dragon Eye Wizard. Does that represent like a D20? Flying. When Karis and the Beholder enter the battlefield, and at the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 white human creature token and make a charisma check. Roll a D20. Oh, I guess it did represent 20. If the result plus the number of creatures you control is greater than 11, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. If the result is a natural 20 for each non-legendary creature you control, create a token that's a copy of that creature. This is hot! Oh, it has a backside. The backside is also one of these Hero of the Realm cards. So, all right. So we're sort of feeling out what it is. So this card, the Cinematic Phoenix, is hot, and Karis the Beholder is hot. Should be a Beholder. Now that there's a type. Oh, you mean like as a creature? Etnic Grizzlebrand. Grizzlebrand is a 8 mana 7/7 demon, flying, lifelink, pay 7 life, draw 7 cards. I would say this is neutral. This is our first neutral card. So not warm, but not hot. Okay, it's something to do with legendaries that are heroes of the realm or something. Okay, we got Marcus with Ancient Animus. Best legendary flyers. Ancient Animus, 2 mana instant. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. If it's legendary, then it fights target creature an opponent controls. No. We're just legendaries from other universes that could fit into a Magic universe easily. No. Definitely not. Spectral Maniac with Ratadrabic of Urborg. 4 mana, 3/3 zombie wizard, vigilance, ward 2. Other zombies have vigilance whenever another creature you control dies. Create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary, and it's a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. It is ice cold, super ice cold. MG cards with multiple keywords, not quite. Creatures that play with the graveyard, nope. What do we got here? Corbinek with Lightning Skelemental. Lightning Skelemental is a 3 mana 6/1. Why are people suggesting these cards? Trample Haste. Whenever Lightning Skelemental deals combat damage to a player, that player discards 2 cards at the beginning of the end step. Sacrifice Lightning Skelemental. No, this is ice cold. Sorry about that. I should use the brant sound effect. Okay, remember. So the Cinematic Phoenix is hot. Karis and the Beholder also hot. Grizzlebrand neutral. You have to figure out why though. Super Hellish, Rakdos the Showstopper. This is a 6 mana 6/6 demon, flying trample. When Rakdos the Showstopper enters, flip a coin for each creature that isn't a demon. Devil or imp, destroy each creature whose coin comes up tails. This is ice cold, has nothing to do with the show. I've been just submitting modern staples. Mappius with Superior Spider-Man. I'm surprised people aren't sort of catching on a little bit. Superior Spider-Man is a 4 mana 4/4 spider human hero with Mind Swap. You may have Superior Spider-Man enter as a copy of any creature card in a graveyard, except his name is Superior Spider-Man. the bestest of Spider-Man, and is a 4/4 Spider human hero in addition to the other types. And when you do, exile that card. This is so far. This is super ice cold. Most expensive flying MTG creatures? No. Okay, look, people. Come on, wake up. This is a weird card. Okay, this is a weird card. And this was hot. Now, I thought maybe people would sort of catch on when we got another one of these weird cards. And it's also hot. And nothing else was close. Like, nothing else was close. I'm not saying as weird was in the title, but I'm not saying weird is not in the title though. I'm not saying it is or it is not. Yes, Miriam. Okay, next let's get. People are guessing these cards because this is a show that you host about MTG cards. No, I mean I get it, but like, you know, some of these cards, they're sort of really specific. And I don't know, I would imagine that people would try to like guess in that direction, but not. Are you calling chat weird? Not really. Weirdest MTG promos? No. Okay, we have Croker Games with Sword of Dungeons and Dragons. Sword of Dungeons and Dragons. Sword of Dungeons and Dragons, a 3-mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from rogues and from clerics. Whenever an equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, create a 4/4 gold dragon creature token with flying and roll a d20. If you roll a 20, repeat the process. Equip for 2. This is also hot. All right, we're moving in the right direction finally. We're moving in the right direction. The strangest MTG creatures that can be your commander. No, not quite. Because this card can't be your commander. Cards you have to sleeve. That's, you know what? That's a great guess. Something with the 1996 World Champion. One of the greatest of cards. Wooburg for a star. Cannot be the target of spells or effects. World Champion has power and toughness equal to your life the life total of target opponent. And for 0 mana, discard your hand to search your library for the 1996 World Champion. Reveal it to all players. Shuffle your library and put 1996 World Champion on top of it. Use this ability only at the beginning of your upkeep and only if the 1996 World Champion is in your library. This also is hot. This is also very, very hot. Very much has to do with the show. Non-legal MTG cards? Not quite. Weirdest MTG cards that make you roll dice? Nope. The weirdest Hero of the Realm cards? Nope. I mean, I don't even know who Hero of the Realm is. Weirdest MTG cards. That was mentioned a million times at this point. Janky illegal commanders? Nope. Topic guess. Illegal MTG cards that should be legal? No. I don't know if we should be making the 1996 World Champion legal. MTG cards with the least amount of printings? Yeah, you're right about that. Most unique cards? No. Cards that have never been legal in Standard? No. MTG cards only print as promo? No. What was your question? Why not? Cards that would work, but for one detail. No. Hardest MTG cards to acquire. No. 1996 World Champion is basically the first companion. You're right, actually. You could summon it for 0 mana. Wait, do you put it into your hand? Shuffle your library. Oh, but you put it on top of it. Yeah, you can go get it whenever you want. Non-existent MTG cards. Not quite. MTG cards you can't own. You can own this card, in theory. You have to probably spend a lot of money on it. Cards with unusual mechanics from an unset. Okay, if you... some of you sort of got it, but not quite. It's not quite worded how I want it. MTG cards you can't play. Nope. Is Blue Hurricane on the show's topic? No. Cards that cost over $100. Good God, these cards probably cost over 50 grand. MTG cards not on Arena. No. MTG cards that aren't from Magic IP. No. Oh, this is the world champion. Cards from outside universes within. No. Cards impossible to find. No. Cards without normal Magic backs. Nope. I think this one has a normal Magic back, by the way. People are still guessing. You're still guessing. We got the 1999 World Champion Sword of... So we have Sword of Dungeons and Dragons. We have Karis and the Beholder and the Cinematic Phoenix. The funny thing is, I think a few illegal MTG cards in most formats. Weirdest illegal cards that are so close yet so far. I think now you guys are like really close. You just have to get the templating right. You have to get the right templating. I think you're in the right direction. Something wants Splendid Genesis. Splendid Genesis is correct. It is hot. Christopher Rush cards? No. Cards that exist in one copy only? That's not true. That's not true of Sword of Dungeons and Dragons. There's a million copies of this. Cards you could rule 0 into Commander as long as a judge isn't watching. Cards with not magic names? No. What does this mean, Anna? Illegal MTG cards, what, in most formats? What format is it legal in? Legal cards that break the rules? No. Strongest MTG promos? Not quite. MTG cards that show magic as Garfield intended? Not quite. Okay, I'm gonna give a big hint, and it's just going to be... let's see. I'll give a huge hint here, so we can get to the 5th one. Hold on, where is it? I'm gonna be fair. This was worded wrong. This was worded wrong, chat. All right, go. What would you, how would you say, okay, so let's say, what's another way of saying that one? Something or other. So I'm gonna, okay, we got illegal. So I'm gonna wait for the first person who gets my exact title. My exact title. You're really, really, really close. But you have to, what would a YouTube title of this type of show be called? You know, how would I have worded it for a YouTube show? Perma-banned cards. Actually, none of these cards are banned. Yeah, I see illegal MTG cards from a lot of people. But I want to give to the person who can really nail the title. Legal cards which you can't play. None of these are legal though. They're all illegal. You won't believe these cards you can't play. No. It's interesting. No one's catching this. I'm paying really close attention. Something or other is like win magic with this one trick. Illegal cards that they don't want you to know about. That sounds like such a cool title for an actual Magic the Gathering video. MG cards that are unplayable? No. Okay, look. Look. This is still really close. It's still really, really close. but it's not the answer. I mean, I could sort of give it to everybody because a lot of people came up with that. Only Elon Musk can play with these cards. Rare MTG cards you can't play anywhere. With special cards, MTG cards that will make your friends or family upset. No. You're getting too fancy now. MTG cards that dedicate to some real life event. No. Here, let's move it to Sword of Dungeons and Dragons if that helps people. MTG cards that break the rules. All MTG cards break rules. That's the genius of Magic the Gathering. Cards that'll get you banned from the tournament. They would, wouldn't they? MTG cards that you can't play. Of course you can't. MTG cards that are completely unplayable. Okay, hold on. Here, I'll give you more of a hint. Where is this thing? Where's Steve Cooper's? Where's everybody? This title is missing one word. This title is just missing one word. That's all it's missing. I didn't want to give it to the illegal Magic cards because it was like literally 5 people posted at the same time. I'm going to give it to the person who, the worst illegal MTG cards? No. The best illegal... That sounds like such a funny title. The best illegal MTG cards. Weirdest illegal. There we go. Everyone's becoming a YouTuber today. The illegal promo cards. Worst illegal, janky, weirdest illegal. We have sexy illegal, non-legal mythic Magic cards, illegal promo card not legal in MTG. The best MTG cards that can put you in jail. Unknown illegal MTG cards. That's a cool title. The cheat cards, no. Oh, maybe I just have to give it to everybody who said illegal back there. But I really want to give it to somebody who can like really nail down this thing. Yeah, throw out enough words. Word soup will get it eventually. Somebody will. Holy crap, it took that long. Most illegal Magic the Gathering cards. Caught by Bryce. Congratulations, Bryce. Congratulations. Well, we are... How far? We are so past the time. We are not getting to a 5th card. Usually we have enough time for a 5th one. But I guess... we gotta wait till next time. Congratulations to everyone who played. Pat yourselves all on the back. Some of you were really close. You can, basically give yourself, you can also give yourself a pat on the back. You're close, but no donuts. I hope everyone had fun, especially at home. As usual, we do these shows. When do we do these shows? 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you very much for being here and having a whole lot of fun with me. We have thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so you can get clues on these shows. And of course, thank you so much to everyone who is here today. People like, we got Skibbity, Crowcore Games, Little Deadfly, Christopher. We have Christopher B, Mercenary, Steve Cooper again, Etnick. We got Benjamin Berkey, Anna, Tresaru. Yeah, Anna's the huge winner. Ends up guessing without any, in my opinion, not enough adequate information, but still put the pieces of the puzzle together. Adaptus, Raznab, Spectral Maniac, Mappius, Old Friend, Dan, Jess, and many more. So keep brewing those coffees, coffee crew. We're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.